guess I let her go. Never mind, it's too late. But I can't believe I let you slip. I think about it 7 days a week, and this just can't be how it's supposed to end up. It's not enough. And maybe time will make you fade, but I don't know if I'm ready to just let you go away like my friends think I should. Cause what if I just wanna be with you? I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, but honestly I can't remember if you love me, or maybe I'm just feeling lonely. I don't know. Just let her go. She got herself a guy, and he's good. No, he's great. Everything she wanted packed behind the pretty face. But I kinda hope he breaks her heart into little pieces and let me pick them all back up and put them back together. But I can't believe I let you slip. I think about it 7 days a week, and this just can't be how it's supposed to end up. Cause what if you should really be with me? I wonder what the hell you didn't see. But honestly I can't remember if I loved you, but it feels like I do when I think about you now, 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 now. What if I just wanna be with you? Oh, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, but honestly I can't remember if you love me, or maybe I'm just feeling lonely. I don't know. Just let it go. But what if you should really be with me? I wonder what the hell you didn't see. But honestly I can't remember if I loved you, but it feels like I do when I think about you now, 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 now.
Hey, I heard you got a new best friend. Yeah, it hurts a bit, I won't pretend that it doesn't matter that you're with someone else. In a way, that's how it's supposed to be. If I'm unable to make you happy, then it's for the better that you are not with me. That's why I wrote you a letter, 'cause you see, I write so much better than
Evening, everybody. Hey, Almi. How's it going? Hey, Rose. Hey, Julia. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Thank you guys all so much for your help. Community helped out, Rose, including yourself. You should really join Discord, Rose, if you're not in there. If I need a hand or anything, we talk. I'm hanging in there, Almi. Today was long. Today was really long. Hey, Red Oriole, how's it going? 18.37, 36,000 steps. All that was with the wagon, too. Oh man, I'm tired. You're not looking forward to work tomorrow? I'm sorry, Julia. Got a rash on your hand randomly? Keeps getting worse? I'm sorry to hear that. Might have an HR thing tomorrow? That stinks. I got mildly sunburned today. So we're back in green room. I'm half a block away from the evacuation zone. What's our situation with the, what's our situation over there, huh? Let's get a little browser pulled up. I actually didn't get a browser pulled up. I've been here for like an hour and 20 minutes. I have not been here very long. So... screen capture, yeah. Screen selection, New York Times. Whoa, that's way too big. Hang on, let me find the story first. I sound happier today. Well, I did have an edible the second I walked in the door. These are from the clinic last week. I think I showed them to you guys. I hadn't had one yet. I took half of one. So we'll see how that settles in here over the next 45 minutes or so. I will say I was a lot more sore when I walked in the door, so. And relax, people, I have a prescription, so. Hence me being able to go to a clinic. Yeah, hopefully. I haven't been taking it. I actually just had my prescription transferred over to a new spot. I think I found one that'll work. It's like, it'll be $27. If I use it as prescribed, it should be like 9-10 days, but I never do. It usually lasts like 2 weeks, sometimes even more, because I never use it. I'm not seeing anything updated on this Garden Grove situation. I passed a lot of stuff on the way walking down here. Yeah, I don't see anything. There it is. So as of right now, and again, this is half a block from where I currently am. Chemical tank cools, but 16,000 in California still can't go home. This is a massive area, a huge residential area. This is wild. Had to write up an employee twice this weekend, and she went and cried to HR. Ugh. You know what I say when that happens with my staff? Bring it. I don't write my staff up though. I've done it like twice. I can usually handle it, I feel. The risk of an explosion or spill has fallen, authorities say. The residents closest to the plant cannot yet return. That's a huge area too where they can't return. But yeah, this is set up all over the place. So I literally walked on a street and it was like, to my left, it was just all this. She's been at the company a year. You haven't written her up until now. Patience, I dig that. Chemical damage tank at an aerospace facility, blah, blah. We already know all the cool details. 16K, can't come back. But yeah, nearly 50K. And the motel was, I couldn't come here. Like, even if it was an option. And that was like tough because on Sunday I needed to find a way to get inside to get my things charged. I had used my laptop a lot on Friday night and a little bit Saturday morning to try to work. And that always screws me up just a little bit. Residents were forced to evacuate late last week. Yeah, we know about all that. Drew worldwide attention. Emergency responders and scientific experts raced to cool down the bulging tank. Firefighters reported that the tank's temperature had started to drop. There's still a risk of fire, and there's still a risk of a potential spill. But once we know that the temperature is stabilized, we will be taking the fire risk off the table. He said, as the fire risk decreases, he said, so will the size of the evacuation zone. Okay. But yeah, they literally just been like spraying this thing down with water all week. Oh, man. Nothing else new. The imminent threat has been taken out of the equation. But yeah, there's a ton of additional resources. LA County Sheriff's Department's out here. Long Beach Fire Department's out here. Saltwater County Fire Authority. They're the lead, I think, on this whole shindig. Who else did I see? I saw Garden Grove. I saw a few different departments all working out there. So, and I've slept like a block and a half away from this plant. It's wild. Absolutely wild. Right now, I think I'm like 2.5 blocks away from the actual plant, maybe 3. But crazy story though. When they were talking about like a fireball shooting in the sky, I was like, dude, can we do that? I strongly thought Friday night about staying in like Los Alamitos, somewhere close by. Let me pull up a map. I thought it would have been kind of cool. Evacuation orders reduced to only portions of trails and RV and boat storage near the Garden Grove hazmat. This is just coming in now. This is just coming in right now to all of us here. Evacuation orders reduced. So it's basically now just the... So I have the latest news in my hand. Evacuation orders reduced to only portions of trails and RV and boat storage, GKN Aerospace, which is the place where the incident's happening, and CR&R near the Garden Grove hazmat incident. All others outside the remaining evacuation zone may return home. Western Avenue between Chapman Avenue and Garden Grove Boulevard remain closed. I'd still be going home. Yeah, I would be too. Hey, where's my maps? I just pulled it up. Sorry guys, I pulled up a map and for some reason it won't. Hey Chin Stress, how's it going? How's your day been? Happy Tuesday. Hey guys, I'm trying to share my screen on this particular map page, but there we go. I don't care about your stupid suggestions. Go away. So that's where it's happening at. I've slept in this area over here, over at these fields on the left. And it says here, Chapman Ave and Garden Grove Boulevard remain closed. So Chapman's right here, and then Garden Grove Boulevard is right here, where GKN Aerospace is. I'm about 3 blocks away, not really showing my location, obviously. But I walked all the way from all the way over here, guys. I was in this area all the way over here on the left. And I walked all the way across to basically not right here today. That was my walk. Those were my steps. So, yeah. It was a long day. You have no self-preservation left? Yeah. I don't have any self-preservation left either. Yo, focus for me, camera. Yeah. It was a very long day. Tried to listen to some music. I'm getting everything charged. Everything is back there charging or over on the other side charging. I've only got the 2 battery packs, so that was like every day too that I was out there just walking like 12 miles a day. Yeah, I closed my rings every day last week except for Thursday. Thursday you guys kept me inside. Every day, guys. It's like this every day. Yeah, we're in trouble. Tomorrow's going to be really, really interesting. My counselor called in today, so she didn't go to work, so I didn't have counseling. I had not great blood pressure today. That does not happen very often. Normally it's my pulse that's the issue. So that was, yeah, BPM and high blood pressure. Not a good combination. But since my counselor didn't show up, I left the area kind of early. But had I known she wasn't going to show up, I probably would have left even earlier. Maybe even skipped the nurse altogether. But she didn't put in my application for the other interim housing spot, so we have to do that later on this week. If she comes back into the office tomorrow and wants to come meet me to come do it, that's going to create a complication. Because this is kind of an all day journey. But it's like $35 cheaper than anywhere else over there, so. But yeah. How was my day, guys? I just walked a lot. Anyone else get up to anything good? And not being inside for a little bit. Definitely, looking forward to some sleep tonight, that's for damn sure. You get outside now that's warm? I mean, I haven't hated the weather. I didn't like the weather Monday and Tuesday. I like the weather over the weekend, though. It's just been really windy. It's even windy tonight. Wind gets old when you're not able to get away from it. I'm gonna try getting back to work this week as best as possible. Miss my puppy. I keep on looking over at the wagon when we're outside or when we're in here. I keep on checking the bed and stuff. And I'm intentionally keeping my blanket off the bed so that I don't I intentionally want to turn around and see the color on the bed from their goofy ass thing, and I intentionally want to do that. Just remind me really quick that she's not there. You went to a Ren fair? It was a lot of fun. Never been to a Ren fair. Yeah. I'm also just reeling because it was still too early. Way too early. So I also didn't want to I know that I probably should have just accepted some help during that period, the last week or two, but I also didn't want to capitalize on my dog. That's why I've kind of been quiet. A part of why I've been quiet and laying low. I don't need any crazy gifts or anything just because my dog passed away. Yeah. Life looks different now ahead. Life feels different. Just trying to hang in there. Things aren't looking good with my health, so. But I did make a new friend this weekend, so that was a good sign. Catch up with them when I get back to Long Beach. Hands are starting to get a little busted up, guys. If you can, oh, there's the angle right there. Yeah, hands are starting. Both hands are starting to get a little messed up there. If you guys see that red. Oh man. But got involved in a situation like maybe my fourth or fifth night in Long Beach a while back in April, and I ran into the person that I saved on Saturday. That was kind of nice, actually. I don't normally see those folks again, so yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Just another person. We don't really talk about the things that happen out here, guys. I've lost track of how many situations I've gotten involved in. I want to say well over 2 dozen, maybe even close to 3 dozen. And not all, but a handful of them have been right out of a fucking rated R film. Right out of a fucking horror movie. So, yeah. There are some very bad people in this world. Also, stay off drugs because they make you do bad things. And they make you want to do bad things to get more. So, yeah, don't do that. But yeah, interim housing application, we gotta do that this week. I'm kind of annoyed it didn't happen last week, but I can't do it. She has to do it. We're trying to do this in a weird way to try to see if we can get me in because she knows I'm not doing well. She wants me to stay inside as much as possible, and I'm trying, but so we're trying to get me indoors at least for 2 weeks. That's all it would really be. Just trying to give my body some rest. Do a temporary stint back on my old diet that the doctors had prescribed. But outside of this, it's kind of a weird situation. I'm trying to. The problem too is this issue I have. Even if I decided to walk into fucking Albertsons and buy a Powerball ticket and strike gold tomorrow, buy myself a house in a week, all those things. If all of that were to happen, this would still be an issue. And that is the problem. Oh man. Yeah. My hopes on this are I would say less than 25%. they aren't really high that this is going to work out. She's trying, and that's more than anyone else has done for me. And I'm going to make a video on this soon, but I told you guys in my 2024 video. Hang on, let me find the report. One sec, guys. There it is. So since I made that video, we actually have the 2025 numbers now. We didn't have these before. So these are pretty fresh. Dude, why can't I ever find my Chrome thing? There we go. So this is pretty fresh. I'll make a video soon. Yeah, 1,357 shelter beds in Long Beach, 359 operated by the city. For wow, that's a really low number in comparison to the previous year. I haven't really had a chance to dig into it too much. And this is just their count. Yeah, that's the count. So 3,500. There's about 7,500, I think, total. About a quarter of people get sheltered. 2,600 people unsheltered. 2,067 first-time homeless. That's still me. Lot of 35 to 44. That seems to be the highest in most years. I'm shocked the senior criteria isn't higher. These are the people, the 65 and up though, the 55, 64, and then down here like the 24, 30, 25 to 34 sometimes, if you got health issues. Those are the people that get the most help. Genders, it's about 50-50. Latinx. Overview of findings. Living in vehicles, about 1,000. That's a separate count too. Veterans, got a few hundred veterans. And they do keep the sheltered versus unsheltered. You get additional resources too if you're a homeless veteran. You can tap into vet services. Got a handful of students. Who lives along the riverbed? This is like the biggest topic around here, is trying to figure out what to do with the riverbed, because that's where people that they're out here permanently. They set up permanent encampments over there. Most are younger than 44. Majority are men, 71%. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like, you basically, like, I feel like if you're a woman and you're in the riverbed, you're with a male, or someone's walking you. I don't think I've seen very many women when I walked by that. I only go by the riverbed when I have to go to the MCU. Diverse group, 32% Latinx, 32% white, 17% identify as black, 10% Asian or Pacific Islander. Challenges are people facing out here. About 40% of people experiencing homelessness are dealing with childhood trauma, and they dealt with abuse or neglect as a child. And then financial struggles are a big factor, 44.7%. That's also a little bit of a not a great situation. Eviction obviously is my kind of thing there. But yeah, this has been the biggest thing that I've seen. And I think it says a lot about I feel like this is what the public pays attention to when it comes to homelessness. I feel like it's the substance abuse, or maybe even this. And I get that they're similar, but not. This is temporary. And I think that's what's frustrating to me. This is temporary. You can work through this. You can get through that. But if your abusers are still the primary support system in your life, and up until 2023, that was 2022, early 2023, that was very much the case. Yeah, a lot of people think drug use and mental health. Yeah. What the city is doing, increasing outreach and engagement efforts, moving people into non-congregate shelters and ultimately into permanent housing, and then opening new non-congregate shelter spaces, providing supportive services to help individuals transition to stable housing. Have a good one, Almi. Thanks for popping in and visiting with us tonight. Youth homelessness. So almost, yeah, about 40% get sheltered. That's not bad. Physical disabilities, severe mental illness, substance use. And these are the underlying issues. Yeah, absolutely, Almi. Chronic medical condition. I guess you could put me in that category now. Family disruption, financial, more breakdown here. It's so weird. Why are these numbers different than the numbers we saw up here? Or is this all youth? Nope, this is demographic and surveys. This is interesting. Hi, Moxie. It's good to see ya. So, I mean, family 2025 numbers look similar, I want to say. Dude, this is insane. The cost to rent a studio apartment in this city. I want you guys to know, I moved to this town in 2022. Look at how much rent has gone up since 2022. Nearly $500. In Los Angeles County, the housing affordability is a significant challenge. While financial experts recommend that no more than 30% of a household's income should go toward rent, the reality for many county residents is far different. No, paycheck does not go up. And I want you guys to know, for Southern California, that's cheap. That's a good deal. For SoCal, get yourself a nice studio for $1,800. That's a deal in this area. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. So, over half of the county spends 30% or more than 30% of their income on housing. So, looming cuts, emergency housing vouchers. I've never fucking seen one. Not seen a goddamn one. So just say that it's cut, because it's basically been cut this whole time, in my opinion. Is that risk? Did they just throw in just, this is something we might not be able to do in the future? What the fuck is this? Sounds good, Moxie. Good luck to the Knights. I hope to catch up with you soon. I saw your pictures, so cute. Hope you have a good evening. And then count methodology. By the way, I was not counted in 2025. I do not think. I got a call asking if I was still homeless, but yeah. And this is, by the way, how big Long Beach is. Long Beach is a very big town, for those that are unaware. Very, very big town. It also goes up towards Compton up here in the top left. But a very, very big city. I live down over here in like this 7 kind of number down here in downtown Long Beach. And then I also found out 55 over here on the far right, that actually goes across the river a little ways. So like it goes kind of into Orange County a bit. But like it's not in Orange County, like it's a part of Long Beach in LA County. It's weird. So I actually found out on when I get the opportunity to utilize the shuttle. There's a shuttle that is available for some homeless residents in Long Beach. Yay to me. I'm hoping they can take me from the park to that kind of area as far as they can go and just drop me off. And then maybe if I can time it right, I can walk from here to that area and then they can pick me up and take me to my park. That's what I'm trying to do, but like I need my counselor person to like kind of be around, you know, to kind of coordinate the lift, because it has to be that shuttle. You got to be able to put the wagon in there. But yeah, Long Beach is a big town. And it's very wild to me that there's just so many of us and so little resources, you know? Excuse me. Trying to think if I have anything else to share. Just tired, guys. Melrose. This is kind of at the center of all this, is it doesn't really seem that I have anybody that's really interested in my life and learning what this is about. I had a friend that had a room available when I first became homeless, and two of my buddies were like, just ask him. I was like, I mean, I have to, so I did. And he's like, let me see. 20 minutes later, yeah, we can't do it. So, like, there was a person that could have saved me from this. There's been several people that could have saved me from this, and no one is really, yeah, and I think after a little while, I know that they got frustrated because I think for them, like, they were just like, man, baseball should cheer him up, or drinks at the bar should cheer him up. And, you know, this is very personal, and no, this isn't something that, like, any one of you could necessarily fill the void on. But, like, all of my close friends that I had, all of them, this includes my gym friends at 24 Hour and Golds, too, all of them, the ones that I was comfortable with, and it was a reasonable amount of people across a couple of different cliques. I just asked, hey, like, if you got 15-20 minutes before you go to work, you want to just come up and have a cup of coffee? There's a McDonald's near me. I cannot tell you how many people I asked, and I asked a lot of people numerous times, And to this day, not a single one of those folks that I can, spend all this time with and did drinks with, bar time with, gym time with, baseball games, hey Mish. Um, but like these were like the people that I spent time with. These are not like new people. These are people I knew, people that I spent a lot of time with. And yeah, and not a single one of them has ever come around. And I'm kind of working through this now, and it's a weird thing. I never imagined that I have to talk about this in therapy, but like, and I've been speaking about it the last 2 or 3 weeks in these live streams. But like, a lot of people got jazz tickets for me, concert tickets. Me too, Mish. I'm not gonna get a lot of rest because I'm trying to stream and get some work in, as much as possible, but at least I'm out of the wind and I'm in clean clothes. So I'm showered. It's so nice. Thank you all. But yeah, maybe that is a little bit of what it is, Aerodorial. Yeah, the wind has not been fun, Mishy. Yeah, we'll see if we can maybe swing something else. I'll drop a message in here or something in Discord. We'll see. If we stay 2 nights, I can justify asking somebody for an Uber. I will not ask for an Uber if I'm going to walk over here for one night and walk right back. That's unnecessary. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, you can't do anything. Like, I don't have any. All my wealthy friends kind of faded away with my divorce. Yeah, it's tough. And it's not just friends in California. These are friends in Utah. A couple of friends up in Sacramento that I grew up with. You could have FaceTimed me. Could have had a call. I got people that will like only text, and it's like, really? Like, we've been friends since before college, and you don't want to like take 30 minutes to hear about my homeless situation. I don't know. But the wildest part about all this, and especially talking about the homeless report that we just reviewed over here, is my eviction is ultimately the reason I ended up here, obviously. And I was just trying to grind away at work. But this was the biggest thing that I've been dealing with, I think, outside of in my life, is this stuff. And what's crazy, and I've been thinking about it a little bit more since Roxy passed away, is I actually distinctly remember in October of 2020, I actually sat down at home. I was still married, and I sat down next to my ex-wife on the sofa, and I told her, I was like, hey, I really need some help, like, right now. And we had about 2.5, 3 months of just solid. And it was kind of like that I'm gonna walk down the trauma lane. Like, that's the best way to describe it. And that's about all it lasted, though. It was just a few months. And I think from her perspective, like, it was like, man, like, he's got to just get through it. But I think the one thing that I hope throughout my life I can share with others is that you don't solve 10, 15, 20 plus years of pretty aggressive abuse in like 3 or 4 weeks. It's just not a realistic expectation. And there's a lot of bumps in the road. And I don't know. I've just asked a lot of people for help along the way, and I'm just pointing out that, just like, I don't know, as a man, we're shamed because we don't, our pride or whatever prevents us from asking people for help. But then when you ask for help, and if anybody, anybody at all could have helped along the way in 2020, 2022, 23 with some of this stuff. Cup of coffee at the park from the people that were close enough to me for that to really make an impact. All those things could have helped out a lot. Could have helped out a tremendous amount. But we got another OC Sheriff update. Sorry, guys. Someone's asking me a question. There's nothing to vent about. I vent to myself. Well, we're all friends. I think what you're talking about is it's hard to make in real life friends over a device, and that is very true. But that's also kind of why I'm on my own a little bit. I don't really think that my requests from anyone that has been in my life before have ever been that insane. Yeah. So. The reality is, though, if my health doesn't improve here in the near future, I'm going to have to reach out to my ex-wife. And I don't want to do that. I still haven't reached out to finish talking to her about the Roxy shit. So, and then that one pisses me off a little bit. Like, I'm pissed at myself because she has a right to know, and I should have just let her process it all at once. I'm kind of an asshole, but yeah. Choppers are all out there. Kind of a really big deal for a 7,000 gallon container of whatever was in there. I'm getting help with some food, guys. No worries, Mish. You guys don't have to. I always accept that you guys are kind of just lurking, hanging out. But I don't have any food or anything, so this is a huge. I really appreciate that. This. Asparagus. Yeah, it's not really up to me on how sick or not I get. If I have to reach out to my ex-wife about this, I'm gonna lose my fucking shit. Especially since she knows that I still love her, and so like that makes it not fun for me. All right. Oh appreciate people helping out with stuff like this. And then Marvel Rivals sent me an email. It's hard to tell a lot yesterday or today. The studio NetEase that makes Marvel Rivals. Let me move you guys closer to the camera so I don't have to turn my head as much. The studio that makes Marvel Rivals, NetEase, they're in China. So I can never tell what time I'm talking to someone. The emails come at like really random times. But yeah, I just got an email asking why I hadn't registered for this. You know what? Maybe I'll just do that right now while we're all hanging out. Aw, thanks, Froze. Here, we'll just do this now. So, there's one, and there's the second one. You're authorized. Just keep working on it. Or just get casual with it. That always works too. Alright. Let me get registered here. Yeah, you can still have my Twitch authorization. Hi, what stuff? There's nothing. I'm not showing you guys anything personal right now. Nothing personal at all is being shared. Well, maybe that. Registered, yay! Thank you. And then content. Oh, that's right. I have to submit these one by one. There's so much work. Ugh. I don't really know. Night, Julia. I really don't know LA actually all that well at all. Not that well at all. Long Beach I know well. West LA I know well. Venice, Santa Monica. You want to grab drinks in Santa Monica, Venice, Marina Del Rey. I got you. I got you covered. Culver City. I got you covered in Culver City. Got you covered in WeHo. Beverly Hills. Downtown LA, Hollywood. Anywhere else outside of that area, I can't help you. Can't help you in the Valley. I can't help you mid-city. Can't help you in Inglewood or Hawthorne or any of those places. Oh, I got you South Bay too. South Bay is where it's at. If you're coming to chill down here, you gotta go hang out in South Bay if you're like in your 30s or 40s. Just don't move to the South Bay. You'll get stuck in the South Bay bubble and never leave. And trust me when I say this, you would rather not become a Californian than get stuck in the South Bay. It's harder to get out of the South Bay than it is to exit homelessness. I do not know of a single person who lives in like El Segundo, Manhattan Beach, Torrance, Hermosa. I don't know anyone that lives in that area that has ever moved out of that area. It's fucking wild to me. Born in Torrance, Chinstris? Did you get out of South Bay? Or did your family get you out of South Bay? You got yourself out? Nice. I don't hear very many success stories. And when I do, it's like, oh, I moved to Hawthorne. I'm like, dude, you moved next door. Shut up. Lawndale. I've heard Lawndale before. Family moved out to the valley, and then when you're fortunate, you guys moved to Northern California. Nice. I'm a NorCal kid. Sacramento. Grew up in Rancho Cordova. Hood life. Hood life and river life. That was a really weird environment. Oh man, I hurt so much. I can kind of feel that gummy hitting me, but it's still not really. Sorry, I adjusted. Come on, work with me here. Yeah, I got those blisters are gonna be rough. Oof. You're rarely in South Bay, Mish. A lot of my friends, when I was married, a lot of my friends lived down there. Drinks were always down there when I lived in West LA. I don't know why, man. I loved Venice and Santa Monica Marina area. Didn't I work with famous people? Yeah. Do you think I hung out with famous people, Rose? You're Mar Vista. I know you're Mar Vista, but like it was not that I didn't want to drink in Venice, Marina, or Santa Monica, like your area. It was just that like that's our friends were down. You know what I mean? Trust me, the bars are better up there. I do wish Long Beach had worked out. Long Beach is a cool hub. You don't want to be rich, Rose. Well, I mean, you want to have some money, but you don't want to be rich, and you do not want to be famous. Trust me. Trust me. You do not want to be famous. Especially super famous. You do not want that. There is a lot to like in Long Beach. You know, when I got divorced, it was a lot of Second Street. A lot of Second Street. Oh my. I should have moved to Second Street. We had the bar down the street. Not necessarily. When you're talking about just having that much money, Rose, you get to choose whether you're known or not. You visited Long Beach for the first time in a year and a half ago, and you really enjoyed it. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's about the time I kind of ended up out here. It really is. It's like the Brooklyn of SoCal. Very congested city area. If you get out in the neighborhoods, really, really tight and compact. And it's actually one of the few places in Southern California where you're going to find a lot of mixed zoning. There's a decent chunk of mixed zoning in like Los Alamos beach area neighborhoods, downtown area, all along like Broadway, heading from downtown down to like Second Street kind of area. All of that, tons and tons of mixed use. And you will not find a lot of mixed use zoning in other parts of California. So it makes it kind of cool because you get that Brooklyn feel where everything's tight and compact. Very, very small. And Long Beach has a really cool, vibrant community. It was really easy to kind of meet friends and stuff, and just people you see at the dog park, people you see at the gym. There was a cool spot that did Taco Tuesday. like 3 blocks from where I lived. And these aren't like street avenue blocks, these are like city blocks. So like we're talking like 45 seconds and you're at the end of the block and on to the next one. But it's it's a cool spot, very affordable in comparison to the rest of LA County, but you do have to sacrifice your health a little bit because Long Beach is right next to the port. So you're going to be inhaling all that shit and nastiness that comes in. They drill for oil in the city, so that's something to always be aware of. But beautiful town, great drinking spots all throughout Long Beach. Tons and tons of great drinking spots. We've had several nights where we were on 2nd Street, and by the way, the area I'm talking about is like 2 miles from where I used to live. So the hub where we all would drink at in Long Beach. So there's a courtesy shuttle that runs from my neighborhood over to that neighborhood. That's how much we all love to drink. It's a city courtesy shuttle too. Like, no joke. This is Long Beach living, folks. This is how we do it out here, okay? So it's the Long Beach Circuit. So it's the city's complimentary and sustainable microtransit service for Long Beach neighborhoods between downtown Long Beach and Alamitos Bay. So 2nd Street down here on the in the bottom right-hand corner here, that's where we go drinking. So just before you get to the water, Livingston Drive down to where it just touches the water, it's just straight fucking bars. And then I lived over like kind of where the Shoreline Drive Blue Mark and the 7th Street Mark kind of is. That's kind of about where I was. And yeah, literally we would just hop on the orange one. And then sometimes we would just get off in the middle and go, let's just stop at one more bar. And then 6 bars later and like 8 beers later, you're like, dude, we really should have just stayed on that shuttle and just gone all the way back home. But yeah, drinking in Long Beach, never had to worry about Ubers living there. We'd always finish at this place called the Blind Donkey that was just 3 blocks from my house, right down the street. Cool basement bar. Just bottled beer and cheap mixed drinks. It wasn't anything fancy, but it was just a good vibe to finish up the night. But yeah, if you live in that area, and that area is very heavy 35, I would say, to like late 40s. Great hub spot. You'll see a few like people in their late 20s that kind of get social and stuff, but you won't see a lot of college kids in this area. You won't see not a lot of young families. Some, but not a lot. But yeah, Blind Donkey's solid. There's also a Blind Donkey in Pasadena, Mich. It's not as good as the Long Beach one. I was very disappointed. It's not a good bar either. It's just the vibes are good. Like the drinks are okay. The vibes are just solid. They got I don't know how to explain it. Good vibes. Yeah, there's one in Pasadena. So about 8:30. I think I got like $8 or $9 towards tomorrow night. I'm gonna probably drop something in the chat in the morning after let everyone get some sleep. I like had to get in and like get a shower. All my things are being charged right now, so oh, absolutely. And I had so many bars I could just walk to. So it's a pretty good spot. Like I said, I just wish that Long Beach had worked out. I feel pretty let down by the city and the community a little bit. Who knows? Just stick with it. We'll see what happens. I have some dinner coming here in about just like 15 minutes. As mentioned, I am going to do a gaming stream tonight just because I haven't done one yet. And yeah, shame on me. That's kind of my primary. It's one of my focuses. So I'll be on later on tonight. No one is required to pop on in. I'm just gonna play Marvel Rivals, chill out, say hi to anyone that wants to pop in. And yeah, we'll go from there. But definitely appreciate everyone stepping in, kind of helping out today. I am gonna try to get a video out to you guys, but like I said, I just got in. So I'm gonna see what I can do in the morning before checkout. But yeah, pretty narrow window here to get any content pushed out to you guys. But I am trying. I recognize it's kind of hurt me a little bit, just not putting my face out there in the world. But yeah, I'm gonna get a little game in tonight, and then we'll definitely get to bed at an hour that I think is reasonable to get some rest. But yeah, I'll get probably about 2 or 3 hours of sleep tonight. It's been a long 4 nights. Shinstress, yeah, it's 4 nights is a lot. 3 nights should be my max right now. 4 was, but I thought I had counseling, so I tried to push it. But yeah, I'll be back a little bit later on tonight, maybe to visit with some folks, and we're gonna try keeping this going 7:30 every night, like we were doing at the other spot, and just try to stay consistent with it. Yeah, Mish, I did Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night, and I kind of didn't really have a choice because this motel was shut down because of the evacuation order in Garden Grove. So even if I could have gotten inside for just one night, kind of there in the middle, it wouldn't have really been an option. Would have had to pay Long Beach prices. So, but yeah, guys, I'm gonna take a break here. Maybe lie down for just a brief moment, and then I'll do the game thing and making the most of it. The good part of that is I get clips from all this, so give me something I can produce. But yeah, guys, have a good night. It was great visiting with everybody. And remember, no matter what, 7:30 tomorrow night, I should have all my things are charged. So as long as I don't take too long walking down, I should get a chance to visit with you guys. But yeah, hope everyone has a good one, and I'll catch up with you guys soon. Take care.